Hey everyone, welcome back to the Beyond podcast. It's your host, Dr. Flora. In my last episode, I shared my diagnosis with major depression and my experience leading up to it. Gosh, the amount of women, listeners, followers who reached out to me feeling the same way, sharing the diagnoses, journeys, experiences, I was surprised and then not surprised all at the same time. You guys, this is just so common. In this 5 minutes with Flora episode, I am going to hit you with 3 little known facts about depression in women in order to educate and empower and to help you all feel less alone. So let's do this. Hi, everyone. You are listening to Beyond, and I'm your host, Dr. Flora. Listen, life is hard. You don't have to do it alone. As a mindset coach, physician, mom, and an infertility warrior, I have mastered techniques to help move you towards contentment and growth. I can't wait to go along with this crazy ass life journey with you while making sure you feel like your best self. This podcast is meant to have you feel unstuck from your rut and less alone. Let's do this. My purpose behind sharing this experience was to help you all feel less alone and to help you all feel more empowered in discussing such a common but difficult topic. But instead, you all made me feel less alone. And so I'm just grateful for you all, for your vulnerability and openness to share in a safe space. It is way past time that we destigmatize mental health struggles because it is so common. So please, please, please pass this episode along to anyone and everyone so we can not only normalize the conversation, but we can also learn to know when to seek care or learn to know when to help someone else seek care. All right, so fact number 1, women are twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with depression. Why? Well, it's a really complex issue that's tied into a multitude of factors. One is physiology, the first factor being hormonal fluctuations. Hormones, they cause like everything. We have so many hormonal fluctuations throughout our life stages of pregnancy, postpartum, perimenopause, menopause. It's a lot to go through, and it can have a physical effect due to the chemical imbalance inside our body. The second factor to why women are twice as likely to be diagnosed is societal pressure. The societal pressure and expectation of glamorizing doing it all leads us to having this unrealistic expectation of running a household, maintaining balance, anticipating needs, being the default decision maker of our family, the planner, the everything. Obviously, I mean, that's a mouthful. Obviously, it can lead to burnout, and burnout can lead to depression if it's going on unnoticed. So, I really want you to self reflect and figure out if this is you. This invisible mental load that so many of us carry can lead to a feeling of just being drained. And that is a risk factor in itself. The third factor of why women are twice as likely to be diagnosed is this idea of perfectionism and how harshly we criticize ourselves. The unrealistic expectation of being perfect is a mindset that will automatically lead to failure. It leads to overextension of ourselves and truly neglecting our own mental and physical needs. And then also on top of that, let's try to fix this inner voice. Stop being so mean to yourself. Pause. Right now, I want you to pause and think about how you talk to yourself. Let's be kinder to ourselves. We need to be our first priority. Okay, the second fact about depression in women. Nearly 1 in 8 women will experience major depression at some point in their life. This isn't simply a feeling of sadness. Yes, it can be triggered by something very specific, a very big life event, a death, a traumatic incident, but it can also be caused by absolutely nothing. It could be caused by a bunch of small things put together. Depression is a serious medical condition that impacts every aspect of our life. And on top of that, women with depression can also present with very subtle symptoms like difficulty concentrating, making decisions, irritability, restlessness, feelings of emptiness, feelings of hopelessness, guilt. It could lead to increased use of alcohol, marijuana, or other drugs in order to cope with these emotions. Women also present a little bit differently than men. We may experience more guilt, more sadness, fatigue, sleep disturbances. We're also more likely to have physical manifestations like headaches, gut issues, body pain. Again, if you are recognizing these signs and symptoms, reach out to your medical provider. There is help. There is a way to treat this. The last fact about depression in women: high functioning depression is a thing. We often see depression go undiagnosed because of high functioning depression. In women, it looks like they're managing everything, like they're managing their daily responsibilities while experiencing chronic low levels of depression. Chronic low levels of depression is still major depression. And we can also present with the emotional disconnections. It strains friendships, partnerships, family dynamics. And even though women with high functioning depression seem productive, like they're killing it at work, they're doing all the things with their kids, they're showing up to all these social activities, burnout or dissatisfaction often looms beneath the surface of all of this productivity and success. So, high functioning depression in women may appear that they are fine on the outside, but they are struggling internally. And this is also a sign to seek medical advice. I really hope this helps. This was a quick overview of things that we may miss as friends, family members, even as medical providers. Depression is real, but guess what? So is hope. If you or someone you know is quietly struggling, please share this message and guide them to seek medical advice. Together, I think we can start a conversation to normalize this and to help ensure that nobody feels alone and not treated. Please take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for joining and spending your precious time here with me. As someone who prioritizes her energy, I am so grateful that you chose to spend yours here. To help me help you, please take an extra 30 seconds of your time to rate and review the podcast on your listening platform. For more tips and a behind-the-scenes look into my life, follow me on Instagram at Dr. Flora Sinha. That's Dr. Flora Sinha. Finally, connecting with you truly fills my cup. So DM me on Instagram, email me at florasinhamd@gmail.com, repost if you love this episode. I love hearing from you. I am so grateful for you and cannot wait to be back for the next episode. Bye.